my candidacy for President of the United States.
Let's talk with Big Chief and Stero. This week we're going to be talking about the re-election or the bid for re-election for number 45. He put his hat into the game this week with an announcement, and let's get into it.
And number 45 is, Mr. Make America Great Again, Mr. Trump himself.
Donald J. Trump.
Trump.
You heard? And, it's going to be very interesting, man, because me personally, I feel like if he's reelected, it's going to be a whole bunch of shenanigans.
Once again. And just recently, the Department of Justice has named Jack Smith as the special investigator to investigate Trump with some of the aspect of the January 6th investigation, in addition to the files that were allegedly found in his Mar-a-Lago estate.
So that in and of itself, I mean, for a, potential presidential candidate to have, criminal investigations looming over his head, I think that'll be the first time in the history of, an election or, a candidate running for president, that those types of instances will be prevalent. So it'll be very interesting moving forward,
And the thing here is that this special investigator, he's also the integrity chief or investigator with the State Department. So I don't know how that will tie into this Trump investigation, because more than likely the Trump organization or Trump himself is going to say, well, it's a witch hunt. It's a witch hunt.
They'll be, disseminating fake news and all types of different, as he puts it, information that's not really prevalent, the whole witch hunt aspect to just discredit him and his supporters. But he does have his fan base. He does have his hierophants that are, still there to support him. And they've been awfully quiet. It's almost as if something's quietly brewing,
Yeah, it is because of there's other potential candidates. Chris Christie, in addition to the governor for DeSantis for Florida. It appears that he's going to throw his hat in the ring.
And isn't Joe Biden running again?
Yes, he is.
Man, it's going to be an interesting race, to say the least.
Yeah.
So we're just here to give you some perspective on these things and, discuss the climate of the whole scene right now.
Yeah.
I mean, Trump seems to not have the backing of the Republicans at this time.
Yeah, it's not a lot of enthusiasm. Even when he launched his campaign, there wasn't a lot of enthusiasm about his campaign launch.
I mean, he did go as far as to endorse a whole bunch of individuals during the midterm elections that just passed about a week ago. But, a lot of those guys weren't too successful.
And those are the ones that regurgitated his election is stolen propaganda. A majority of them lost their race. And I don't think the Republican Party wasn't too happy with that either, because they basically said, hey, let's pivot and look at other candidates that's going to bring new ideas, fresh blood to the party to help stimulate the party and to help to grow the base of the party.
I mean, in 2016, when he was a neophyte, I believe that Trump, was a breath of fresh air to a lot of people, who weren't necessarily, feeling the wave of the Democratic, energy that was prevalent at the time, So that worked in his favor.
Yeah.
I think now, based on what we've seen recently and just, past,
It's to me, this is the same of the same old thing. name calling. Once again,
it's politics as usual.
Yeah, but you have to reach a point where there has to be growth. And by you name calling DeSantis, the governor for Florida, he's calling DeSanctimonious. Trump with his names. It appears like we're back in high school again. With the name calling and stuff like that. America has grown beyond that.
I mean, we all know Trump and his style, his presidency was unorthodox.
Yeah.
Just in terms of how he spoke, how he conducted himself, his, policies, just in terms of, his overall, what embodied him being number 45.
But what worked previously might not work now because a lot of independents that voted for him initially, they didn't vote for him. They voted for Biden, right? A lot of the areas that he won, Biden won them. In a lot of the counties or what have you, Biden picked them up. So he has his support and he has his base, right?
Definitely.
But how do you expand beyond your base? You have to woo the independents or the ones that's like on the sideline, waiting to jump in, like let me in, let me in, let me in. But once you alienate those individuals on the sideline, you might alienate them and they stick with Biden or flood over to Biden. He already has his base that is guaranteed to get vote. He's guaranteed to get votes from them.
I mean, to be fair, I think he'll hit the campaign trail and be espousing the same rhetoric and, the same spiel that got him elected in the first place.
Yeah.
And, that in and of itself, I think will be enough to sway those individuals who are kind of straddling the fence to come on back over and, make America great again.
And the thing here is that recently, actually a couple of days ago, Elon Musk reinstated on Trump's Twitter account, but Trump basically stated that I would stick with my Truth Social platform. So I don't know if he's just saying that for now, but he has a large following on Twitter, over I think like 59 million. So
really, is that big?
59 million. Yeah.
Wow.
So with that being said, I think that definitely he's gonna say, hey, you know what? Let me just put out some tweets when that time comes.
And we all know how he was using Twitter as a medium to communicate during his tenure as president. Like, it was just nonstop, the barrage of tweets from him.
Because the whole world actually, and the media and everyone was like with bated breath, waiting for another Trump tweet. As a matter of fact, Trump tweet filled up the social media realm in addition to the news network. Every day, Trump, CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, and the list goes on, BBC. It's like they couldn't get enough of Trump. And his shenanigans.
I think it adds to the fanfare and the whole, allure of him, because like I said, his approach and style was very unorthodox. It had never been seen before in the history of, the U.S. presidency, and it kind of shook the place up a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, I myself personally was entertained by some of the theatrics because it's almost as if like, wow, what's this guy going to do next? You know what I mean? And it's like,
Trump turned truth into lies, lies into truth. It's like you don't know what to get
he's
from this guy.
He's definitely a spin doctor.
Alternative facts.
Okay. But for those individuals who do support him, because I know a lot of people who are Trump supporters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And for various reasons, whether it be, business, whether it be, his politics, his, wanting to, I've had some people say, well, if Trump is president, the gas prices are going to be lower and the interest rates are going to go down for home buyers and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, that remains to be seen.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, with the upcoming election, not upcoming, should I say, the 2024 election, it will be very interesting to see it unfold and how he approaches it. If it's the same, basic agenda as his previous platform, or will he come with something different?
I think that with the potential new candidates, they're going to give him a run for it. And I think that is a possibility that he will, well, anything is expected with Trump, but
anything
is expected with him. So we don't know if he's going to step up his game or he's going to pivot and change his campaigning format. It remains to be seen.
It's interesting because whoever's advising him, they'll really need to read the board and, move accordingly, because the country is in a different place than it was in 2016.
Yeah, correct.
Okay? We've, been through COVID. We've, had high gas prices. As I said, interest rates are at an all-time high. Inflation. And it's just, from an economic standpoint, there has to be some type of change and growth where Americans feel like that there's an even playing field,
Yeah.
But back in the day, it was, the have and the have not, Then you had this middle ground where there were some individuals were like, okay, I'm doing all right, I'm able to survive, I'm able to maintain. But it seems like a lot of people right now are struggling to make ends meet. Prices in the grocery store are on the rise. People can't afford to buy food to even eat,
And you're correct, because just last week I was driving by a church, and actually I passed by there 2 weeks ago, and the line was like 2 blocks long. And I passed by there recently, and the line was like 4 or 5 blocks long, right?
Is it for like a food bank?
Yes, it's over there by Dye Avenue in the Bronx.
Okay.
And I was like, whoa, it's like the line is longer and longer. And you see a whole bunch of kids on there waiting online. You got people pull up nice looking cars, double park, and they're waiting online to get their food.
Times are hard, man,
Yeah.
And I think people are really feeling the pinch,
Yeah.
I mean, we're coming into the holiday season, Thanksgiving and Christmas, when people tend to, spend a lot more and go into debt.
Yeah.
So, those are also going to be factors as far as, people and their decision making as far as who they feel will be a viable individual for them to give their support to.
Correct. Because even now, just to heat your home, it becomes so expensive. These are these things that the bread and butter issues that Trump, I'm of the belief that he should be addressing.
Definitely. And I think the candidate that addresses those core issues will have a stronger support system as far as the people overall in general.
Because Biden is already, he has already stated, and he could continue to state that he understands, what America is going through. With the high gas prices, the food, the inflation, and so forth. So he's basically speaking to the people, say, yeah, I understand. And we try to do everything that we can to lower the cost for the American citizens.
Well, at this point in time, we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, I won't wait with bated breath. I'll continue doing what I do. I'm sure you'll continue to do what you do. And, that's it for this edition of Let's Talk with Chief and Stero. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you next time.
All right.
Until then, bless.